The Vietnam War remains one of the most contentious and divisive conflicts in American history. Its origins are complex, rooted in Cold War anxieties and the struggle against communism. For many, the conflict escalated dramatically due to a pivotal event, the Gulf of Tonkin incident. This incident, or rather, a series of alleged incidents, provided the pretext for deeper American military involvement. The official narrative presented to the American public was one of unprovoked aggression by North Vietnam. However, historical evidence and declassified documents have since painted a far more nuanced and troubling picture. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution lies in the deliberate manipulation and misrepresentation of events. It was a moment when the executive branch sought and received broad powers to wage war without a formal declaration. The stage was set in the summer of 1964. The United States had already been providing military aid and advisors to South Vietnam for years. Covert operations, known as Plan 34A, were being conducted against North Vietnam. These operations involved South Vietnamese commandos, often supported by US naval forces. The USS Maddox, a destroyer, was engaged in a signals intelligence mission in the Gulf of Tonkin. This mission, code-named DeSoto Patrols, aimed to gather electronic intelligence on North Vietnamese coastal defenses. On August 7, 1964, the Maddox reported being attacked by North Vietnamese torpedo boats. This first incident is largely undisputed. The Maddox, along with air support, successfully repelled the attack, damaging several North Vietnamese vessels. President Lyndon B. Johnson condemned the attack as unprovoked aggression. He ordered the deployment of an additional destroyer, the USS Turner Joy, to the area. Then came the night of August 4th, 1964. Both the Maddox and the Turner Joy reported being under attack again. Sonar readings, radar contacts, and visual sightings of torpedoes were reported by the crews. However, almost immediately, doubts began to emerge. Captain John Herrick, commander of the DeSoto Patrol, expressed serious reservations. He sent a message stating that the entire action leaves many doubts. It empty apply. Herrick suggested that the reported attacks might have been due to freak weather effects on radar and overeager sonar men. He even questioned whether there had been any actual torpedo attacks. Despite these warnings and uncertainties, Washington proceeded as if the second attack was a certainty. President Johnson had addressed the nation on television that evening. He announced that North Vietnam had launched a deliberate and unprovoked attack on US naval vessels. He called for retaliatory airstrikes against North Vietnamese targets. More significantly, he sought congressional approval for a resolution that would grant him broad authority. This became known as the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. The resolution was drafted quickly and presented to Congress. It authorized the President to take all necessary measures to repel any armed attack against the forces of the United States. Furthermore, it allowed him to prevent further aggression and assist any member of SEATO. The resolution passed with overwhelming support in both the House and the Senate. Only two senators, Wayne Morse of Oregon and Ernest Gruning of Alaska, voted against it. Their dissenting voices were largely ignored amidst the patriotic fervor. The resolution effectively gave President Johnson a blank check to escalate the war in Vietnam. It bypassed the constitutional requirement for a formal declaration of war by Congress. In the years that followed, the true nature of the August 4th incident began to unravel. Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara, a key figure in the administration, later admitted to uncertainties. He stated that the evidence for the second attack was sketchy and doubtful. Declassified documents from the National Security Agency, NSA, provided even more damning revelations. These documents confirmed that there was no actual attack on August 4, 1964. The NSA itself concluded that the intelligence reports were based on misinterpretations and faulty assumptions. Those intelligence analysts had misinterpreted North Vietnamese communications. They mistook routine North Vietnamese naval activity for an attack. The initial reports from the Maddox and Turner Joy were confused and contradictory. Yet, the Johnson administration chose to present a unified and definitive account to the public. The desire to escalate involvement and project strength outweighed the need for accurate reporting. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution became the legal foundation for the massive American military buildup in Vietnam. It allowed President Johnson to deploy hundreds of thousands of troops without further congressional approval. Operation Rolling Thunder, a sustained bombing campaign, began shortly after. The resolution was eventually repealed by Congress in 1971, amidst growing anti-war sentiment. By then, the war had claimed tens of thousands of American lives and millions of Vietnamese lives. The deception surrounding the Gulf of Tonkin incident eroded public trust in government. It fueled the anti-war movement and contributed to a deep sense of cynicism. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked executive power. It highlights how easily a nation can be led into war based on questionable intelligence. The legacy of the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution continues to resonate today. It prompted reforms aimed at reasserting congressional authority over war-making. The War Powers Resolution of 1973 was a direct response to the perceived abuses of presidential power. This resolution sought to limit the president's ability to commit US forces to armed conflict without congressional consent. However, its effectiveness has been a subject of ongoing debate. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is not just about a single incident. It's about the broader pattern of deception and the erosion of democratic processes during wartime. The desire to achieve political objectives often overshadowed factual accuracy. The intelligence community faced immense pressure to confirm the administration's narrative. Analysts who expressed doubts were often ignored or sidelined. The political climate of the Cold War contributed to this environment. Fear of communism and the domino theory created a sense of urgency. This urgency often led to hasty decisions and a disregard for thorough verification. The public, initially supportive, gradually became disillusioned. The credibility gap between the government and the people widened. This gap had profound and lasting effects on American society. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a cautionary tale. It reminds us of the importance of skepticism and independent verification. It underscores the need for robust checks and balances in a democracy. The events of August 1964 forever altered the course of American foreign policy. They led to a protracted and costly war that divided a nation. The human cost, both American and Vietnamese, was immense. The resolution's passage was a pivotal moment, a turning point. It marked the transition from limited involvement to full-scale military intervention. The narrative of unprovoked aggression was crucial for garnering public support. Without it, the rapid escalation might have faced greater resistance. Administration skillfully used the media to shape public opinion. News reports at the time largely echoed the official government line. The complexity and ambiguity of the actual events were downplayed. The urgency of the situation was emphasized to push through the resolution quickly. Congress felt compelled to act decisively in the face of perceived attacks. The political pressure to support the president during a crisis was immense. Few dared to question the official account publicly. The consequences of this unquestioning acceptance were devastating. The war expanded, drawing in more American resources, and lives. Credibility of the government suffered a blow from which it took years to recover. Future generations of policymakers learned crucial lessons. The importance of independent intelligence analysis became paramount. The need for transparency in government actions was underscored. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a dark chapter in American history. It serves as a powerful reminder of how easily truth can be obscured in the pursuit of political goals. The incident's reverberations continue to influence debates about war powers today. Historians and scholars have meticulously pieced together the true story. Work has exposed the extent of the deception. The initial reports from the naval commanders were filled with caveats. These caveats were largely ignored by decision-makers in Washington. The desire for a casus belli, a justification for war, was strong. The alleged second attack provided that justification. President Johnson's advisors pushed for a swift and decisive response. They believed that inaction would be perceived as weakness. The political climate demanded a strong stance against communism. The resolution was seen as a necessary tool to achieve this. The speed with which it passed through Congress was remarkable. There was little time for thorough debate or scrutiny. Many members of Congress later expressed regret for their votes. They felt they had been misled by the administration. The incident highlighted the dangers of relying solely on executive branch intelligence. It underscored the importance of independent oversight. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution ultimately expanded the president's war-making powers. It set a precedent for future military interventions without formal declarations of war. The long-term consequences were profound, both domestically and internationally. Domestically, it led to widespread social unrest and political division. Internationally, it deepened America's involvement in a costly and unwinnable war. The secret truth was slowly revealed through investigative journalism and declassified documents. Journalists like Seymour Hersh played a crucial role in uncovering the facts. The Pentagon Papers, leaked in 1971, further exposed the government's deception. These documents detailed a long history of presidential deception regarding Vietnam. The Gulf of Tonkin incident was a key component of this larger pattern. The resolution's legacy continues to shape contemporary debates about military action. It serves as a constant reminder of the need for vigilance. Citizens must remain skeptical of official narratives, especially during times of crisis. The power to declare war is a solemn responsibility. It should not be easily delegated or circumvented. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution represents a failure of democratic accountability. It allowed a single branch of government to commit the nation to war. The consequences of that decision were catastrophic. Understanding this history is vital for preventing similar mistakes in the future. The lessons of the Gulf of Tonkin are timeless. They speak to the fragility of truth in times of conflict. They highlight the immense power of propaganda and misinformation. The incident serves as a powerful case study in political deception. It demonstrates how easily public opinion can be swayed. The initial reports were ambiguous, at best. Yet, they were presented as clear and undeniable evidence of aggression. The administration had a pre-existing desire for escalation. The alleged attack provided the perfect opportunity. The speed of communication in 1964 also played a role. Information was disseminated rapidly, often without full verification. The pressure to respond quickly was immense. The political stakes were incredibly high. The Cold War context amplified these stakes. Resolution was a product of its time, but its implications are timeless. It reminds us that power, unchecked, can lead to grave errors. The trust between the government and its citizens is a precious commodity. Once broken, it is incredibly difficult to restore. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution shattered much of that trust. Its shadow lingered over American politics for decades. The lessons learned from this period are invaluable. They emphasize the importance of a free and independent press. They highlight the critical role of congressional oversight, and they underscore the responsibility of citizens to engage critically with information. The war by deception aspect of the Gulf of Tonkin is a sobering thought. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about power and accountability. The events of August 1964 serve as a perpetual warning. A warning against the dangers of hasty decisions in times of crisis. Warning against the manipulation of intelligence for political gain. And a warning against the erosion of democratic principles. The true cost of the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution extends far beyond the battlefield. It impacted the very fabric of American society. The resolution's passage was a moment of profound consequence. It unleashed forces that reshaped the nation. The story of the Gulf of Tonkin is a complex tapestry of events. It involves intelligence failures, political ambitions, and public trust. The ultimate lesson is the enduring importance of truth, and the constant struggle to uphold it, even in the face of immense pressure. The events of 1964 continue to serve as a critical historical reference point. They inform our understanding of executive power and legislative oversight. The resolution's impact on the Vietnam War was undeniable. It provided the legal justification for a war that many now view as a tragic mistake. The secret truth reveals a deliberate choice to prioritize escalation over accuracy. This choice had devastating consequences for all involved. The legacy of deception continues to haunt American foreign policy discussions. It underscores the importance of robust public discourse and the need for a well-informed citizenry. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution is a testament to the power of narrative and how that narrative can be shaped to achieve specific objectives. The events of August 1964 serve as a powerful historical lesson, a lesson about the fragility of peace and the ease with which nations can be drawn into conflict. Resolution's passage was a moment of collective failure, a failure of intelligence, a failure of oversight, and a failure of truth. The consequences of this failure continue to echo through history. The secret truth is a reminder that history is rarely simple, and that critical examination is always necessary. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a monument to the dangers of unchecked power and the profound impact of deception on a nation's destiny. The events of August 1964 are a testament to the human capacity for both error and manipulation. Resolution's legacy is a complex one, filled with lessons for future generations. It underscores the importance of a vigilant citizenry and a government committed to transparency and accountability. The war by deception narrative is a powerful one. It resonates deeply with those who question official accounts. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a symbol of executive overreach and the tragic consequences that can follow. The historical record is now clear. The second attack in the Gulf of Tonkin did not occur. It was a fabrication, or at best, a gross misinterpretation. Yet, it served as the catalyst for a devastating war. The resolution's passage was a pivotal moment in the Cold War. It demonstrated the lengths to which governments would go to achieve their objectives. The secret truth is a testament to the power of historical inquiry and the relentless pursuit of facts. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a cautionary tale for all democracies. It highlights the constant tension between national security and democratic principles. The events of 1964 continue to shape our understanding of war and peace. The resolution's legacy is a complex and enduring one. It reminds us of the profound responsibility of leadership and the critical importance of truth in governance. The war by deception aspect is a stark reminder of the human cost of dishonesty. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a powerful historical lesson, a lesson that must never be forgotten. The events of August 1964 are etched into the collective memory. They serve as a constant reminder of the need for vigilance and skepticism. The resolution's passage was a moment of profound consequence for the United States. It set the nation on a path that would define a generation. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is a testament to the power of historical revisionism and the ongoing effort to uncover the full story. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a critical case study in the study of international relations and the complexities of wartime decision-making. The events of 1964 continue to provoke debate and discussion. The resolution's legacy is a powerful reminder of the need for accountability and the enduring importance of democratic processes. The war by deception narrative serves as a potent warning, a warning against the dangers of unchecked power and manipulated truth. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a testament to the fragility of peace and the profound impact of political decisions on human lives. The historical record, once obscured, is now clear. The truth, though delayed, has emerged. The resolution's passage was a moment that forever changed the course of American history. It continues to offer vital lessons for the present and future. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is a powerful narrative. It reminds us of the constant need for vigilance and the unwavering pursuit of truth. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a critical touchstone in American political discourse. It highlights the enduring challenges of war and peace. The events of 1964 serve as a profound historical lesson, a lesson about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of democratic accountability. The resolution's legacy is a complex and multifaceted one. It continues to shape debates about presidential authority and the role of Congress in foreign policy. The war by deception aspect is a stark reminder of the human cost of political maneuvering. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a powerful historical precedent, a precedent that continues to inform contemporary discussions. The events of August 1964 are a testament to the enduring power of truth and the ultimate triumph of historical inquiry. The resolution's legacy is a complex and challenging one. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past and to learn from the mistakes that were made. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is a story that must be told and retold to ensure that such deceptions are never again allowed to lead a nation to war. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a powerful symbol, a symbol of the dangers of unchecked power and the profound importance of democratic principles. The events of 1964 continue to resonate in contemporary political discourse. The resolution's legacy is a complex and enduring one. It serves as a constant reminder of the need for vigilance and the unwavering pursuit of truth in governance. The war by deception aspect is a stark reminder of the human cost of political manipulation. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a powerful historical lesson, a lesson that must be continually revisited and understood. The events of August 1964 are a testament to the enduring power of historical inquiry and the critical importance of an informed citizenry. The resolution's legacy is a complex and challenging one. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past, to strive for a more transparent and accountable future. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is a story that demands our attention to ensure that the lessons of history are truly learned, and that the sacrifices made are never in vain. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a powerful reminder of the need for ethical leadership and the profound impact of decisions made in the shadows. The events of 1964 continue to shape our understanding of the world, the ongoing struggle for truth and justice. The resolution's legacy is a complex and enduring one. It serves as a constant reminder of the need for critical thinking and the unwavering commitment to democratic values. The war by deception aspect is a stark reminder of the human cost of political expediency. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution stands as a powerful historical lesson, a lesson that must be passed down through generations. The events of August 1964 are a testament to the enduring power of historical truth and the ultimate triumph of an informed public. The resolution's legacy is a complex and challenging one. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past and to build a future founded on honesty and integrity. The secret truth of the Gulf of Tonkin is a story that continues to resonate. A story that reminds us of the constant struggle for truth and the unwavering commitment to democratic ideals. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution remains a powerful symbol, a symbol of the dangers of unchecked power and the profound importance of an informed and engaged citizenry.